Hey there! This video is going to be sort of an addendum to a video that I did earlier entitled The Evolution of the Swiss Soldier's Knife. You know, that's the one where I had the knives going around on this little gizmo set to classical music. And those videos were really quite well received. I got a lot of views on those and more importantly, a lot of supportive, insightful comments. So thank you for all the comments and support. One viewer, Carlos, wrote, "The Model 203 is missing, with all rivets in gold and all tools polished like the modern Pioneer, and the Swiss coat of arms in darker red." And so thank you for that comment, Carlos. That's absolutely correct. I did overlook those changes in my earlier video. I'll tell you what I was trying to do. I was really trying to follow along with Terry Deladoe's excellent book, Le Couteau de Sadat Swiss. And he does not really have that change. You mentioned the Model 203. I would call it the variant 2004. I think those changes happened in 2004, but I won't argue the point. It may be 2003. We'll just say 2003/2004. But he in his book, you know, has the model 1961, the variable or variant 93, when they drop the hollow rivet, and he's got a couple of pages on that, and then he goes straight to the model 2008, the current Soldier. So I was really trying to emulate the book, but you're right; those are some significant changes. And I would say they are as significant or more significant than, you know, just dropping a hollow rivet. So I've got a couple knives to show you what that viewer was talking about. This is a Victorinox model 1961, variant 93, where they've dropped the hollow rivet. And this is a Victorinox of that variant 2003/2004. So the first thing that was mentioned were the rivets being all kind of a goldish color. So you can see here on the earlier one, the end rivets or pins appear to be nickel silver and the center perhaps steel. And then on the later variety, they are all the same color composition, which tells us they're probably all nickel silver. And then here you can see the change in the Swiss cross, the background there of the shield, goes from a brighter red to a darker red. But probably more important is the change to some of the tools. And let's just take a look at the can opener, small screwdriver. On the earlier version, it is just kind of an as-ground finish. See that? And then in the 2004 variant, they've switched to the stone-washed, tumbled finish, where they tumble these with ceramic pellets and paste to get that nice stone-wash finish. I also think the stock of the steel got thinner, to my eye. And that assumption would be borne out by the fact that this knife is just a wee bit heavier than the newer version. And let's just look at the screwdriver cap lifter so we can see those changes again. There's that kind of as ground finish, just kind of a ground finish. Flat ground finish, I don't know what you want to call it. Here's the stonewash. And again, perhaps a little thinner steel stock. So those are the changes that Carlos was speaking of. So I believe that Wenger made knives exactly like this from 2004 to 2007, and Victorinox from 2004 all the way up to and including 2008, the same year the new model Soldier came out. This knife actually just happens to be a year 2008. So this is the last year that Victorinox made the model 1961 Alox Soldier, and it was kind of a transitional year when they first brought out the new larger knife with the polyamide scales and a host of other changes. Now this knife has actually been in production now for, what, 12 years without any significant changes. So it wouldn't surprise me if there are some changes to this knife in the next few years. I don't really know what a product's life run, life span, life expectancy, product run is on something like this. I know they must have invested a lot of money to develop this, but they've been making civilian knives and these Swiss Soldier knives exactly like this for 12 years now. And it wouldn't surprise me if we did see some changes coming soon. I would suggest, in my little world, that perhaps they drop the can opener, as I don't believe any military rations come in cans anymore, and perhaps replace that with a tool that's a little more useful in today's world, perhaps an inline Phillips driver or a heftier inline scraper awl, something like that. All right, so just some thoughts there, and some often overlooked changes, the final changes to the model 1961 Alox Swiss Soldier's knife. Thanks for watching.